जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपीजना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपीजना वल्लभ यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन। यमुना तीरावनचारि। यमुना तीरावनचारि। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन। यशोदनन्दन व्रज यमुना तीरावनचारि। यमुना तीरावनचारि। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare जय राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ राधा गोपी जन वल्लभ श्री राधे जय निताय पतित पावन गौर हरि जय निताय पतित पावन गौर हरि जय जय जगन्नाथ जगन्नाथ बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय जय जगन्नाथ जगन्नाथ बलदेव जय 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 प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर हरे बोल हरे बोल हरि बोल गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौरा हरि बोल निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे A reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto number 4, chapter number 11, verse number 6. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Say together. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiraye Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम् वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरोभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरिर्नाम हरिर्नाम इव केवलम, कलो नास्तेव देरन्यथा। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं, यत्कृपास्तमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दिनकारणं परमानन्दं माधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरम्। Again, welcome to everyone for today's Srimad Bhagavatam discussion, chapter 4, chap uh, canto 4, chapter 11, shloka number 6. तान् हन्यमानान् अभिवेक्ष्य गुह्यकान्, तान् हन्यमानान् अभिवेक्ष्य गुह्यकान्, अनागसच्चित्ररथेन भूरिशः, अनागसच्चित्ररथेन भूरिशः। औत्तानपादिं कृपया पितामहो, औत्तानपादिं कृपया पितामहो, मनुर्जगादोपगत सहर्षिभिः, मनुर्जगादो अपगत सहर्षिभिः। तान् हन्यमानान् अविवेक्ष्य गुह्यकान्, अनागसच्चित्ररथेन भूरिशः। औत्तानपादिं कृपया पवित्र पितामहो, मनुर्जगादोपगत सहर्षिभिः। तान् हन्यमानान् अविवेक्ष्य गुह्यकान्, अनागसश्चित्ररथेन गिरिशः। औत्तानपादं कृपया पितामहो, मनुजगादोपगत सहर्षिभिः। तान् हन्यमानान् अविवेक्ष्य गुह्यकान्, अनागसश्चित्ररथेन भूरिशः औत्तानपादिं कृपया पितामहो मनोर्जगादोपगत सहर्षिभिः. Word to word. Tan, those yakshas, anyamanan, being killed. Abhiviksha, seeing. Guhyakan, the yakshas. Anagasa, offenseless. Chitrarathena, by Dhruva Maharaj, who had a beautiful chariot. Bhuri Saha, greatly. Uttanapadim, unto the son of Uttanpad. Kripaya, out of mercy. Pitamaha, the grandfather. Manu, Swayambhu Manu. Jagada, Jagad, sorry, it's Jagad, gave instructions. Upagata, approached. Saha Rishibhi, with great sages. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Avacharana Arvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj. Prabhupada Ki Jai. When Swayambhu Manu saw his grandson Dhruv Maharaj was killing so many of the yakshas who were not actually offenders. Out of his great compassion, he approached Dhruva with, with great sages to give him good instruction. Shri Radha Gopichandra Bhagavan ki jai, Jai Paditapan Gauri Bhagavan, Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Purport. Dhruv Maharaj attacked Alkapuri, the city of the Yakshas. Because his brother was killed by one of them, actually, only one of the citizens, not all of them, was guilty for killing his brother. Uttam. Dhruv Maharaj, of course, took a very serious step when his brother was killed by Yakshas. War was declared and the fighting was going on. This sometimes happens in present day also. For one man's fault, a whole state is sometimes attacked. This kind of wholesale attack is not approved by Manu, the father and lawgiver of the human race. He therefore wanted to stop his grandson Dhruv from continuing to kill the Yakshas, citizens who were not offenders. We'll do the translation one more time. When Swayambhu Manu saw that his grandson Dhruv Maharaj was killing so many of the Yakshas who were not actually offenders, out of his great compassion, he approached Dhruva with great sages to give him good instruction. Again, Amakyantimirandasya Gyananjan Shalakaya Chakshurunritam Tasmai Shri Gurve. Oh. So here in this shloka, as we all know the story, Dhruv Maharaj's brother is killed. He has declared the war against all the yakshas. One of the yakshas killed Dhruv Maharaj, his brother Uttam. And He has this amazing battle going on, one versus the 130,000 of them. And this is something very common that we come into, um, you know, come into knowledge that if something goes wrong, to retaliate or to take justice or to really, calm our, anger, one takes some certain steps. If we are uh, shared with some unpleasant news, something that we think that we could really have prevented, you know, being the elder brother, Dhruv Maharaj here felt that if he was with him, Uttam would have been saved, or but just with the anger, he decided to punish the the whole city or the kingdom of Alkapuri, where the Yakshas resided, and one of the Yakshas killed Uttam. In our modern day, also, we see that a certain group of individuals create some issues, and then the whole community or whole country or whole state gets the bad name or gets the repercussions. Um, One of the most um, vivid one is the you know atom bomb explosion on Japan by America. Just so that they could prove their supremacy. The Japan was bombed, and so many innocent people, innocent individuals, children, female, they have nothing to do with the war that is going on. They were in their own lives, busy, just trying to meet the ends and live their life, where uh, taken, their life was taken, and so many other, we could see most of the wars are like that. They're fought between the armies, fought between the nations, but the individuals who are somewhat innocent and have nothing to do, doesn't matter who the ruler is, they have to continue their leading their life, pays for it. And this is what is going on in this shloka, that Dhruv Maharaj is very angry and he's killing. He has started killing the yakshas, and seeing this, um, uh, Swambhu Manu, who is the father of mankind. The word man actually comes from Manu. The word Manu is Manav. Manu, it comes from the root word is started from Manushya. Manu, Manushya comes from Manu, and then Manav in Hindi or other languages. So, being compassionate here, we can see that Manu Maharaj, Swambhu Manu, he is feeling compassionate about Dhruv Maharaj as well as the Yakshas, because unnecessarily killing these Yakshas would incur some reaction on the part of Dhruv Maharaj also. Even though he is a pure devotee, and whoever is killed by Dhruv Maharaj attains the supreme destination, but Swambhu Manu was compassionate about Dhruv Maharaj as well, that he shouldn't be doing something that was not necessary. And on the side of innocent yakshas that were being killed, he wanted to prevent that also. So, with sages, he's approaching Dhruv Maharaj, and in further shlokas that we'll come to know, that Dhruv Maharaj is really taking the instructions of Swayambhu, Manu, and the rishis, and here it is said good instruction. So we have to be careful about the instructions that we get in some time. It could be good and bad both. So we have to really use our intelligence when some information is shared, some instruction is shared, so that we don't fall to trap that okay somebody advised and somebody instructed. So the it is not the fault of the person who gives you instruction, who executes the instruction, also is very much responsible. It is just not that, okay, somebody told me and I did this. That is not a very good answer. So um, we have to be very vigilant in our action and execution. Here, Dhruv Maharaj's encounter with Yaksha. I was listening to one class earlier, and Karma Prabhu was sharing that he kind of found out all the yakshas involved in our scriptures. There are few encounters that we come across in our scriptures about yaksha. Now, yakshas and rakshasas are considered, um, you know, this are different species or different types of individuals or living entities. And yakshas are like humans, could go both ways. They could be spiritual or devotional or non-devotional. And their appearance, according to what his research was, that they are kind of attractive and not necessarily the example he gave it is that like the meat-eating human and non-meat-eating human appear to be more or less similar. In the same way, the yakshas who are devotional and non-devotional also appear to be the same way. But in due course of time, due to one's sinful activities or reactions, they they kind of receive or get the appearance that is not so pleasant. So one of the encounter of the yaksha that Prabhuji mentioned is that in Lord Ramchandra's Leela, when Vishwamitra Muni is performing the um, yagyas, there is one yaksha or yakshini, Tadaka, that is bothering or creating hindrances. The story goes that this Tadka was married to a yaksha. She was a yakshini, and then her husband offended Agastya Muni, and she was given a that husband of Tadka was given some curse, and he died, and she became very negative about the whole setup, and she kind of revolted and created all kinds of problems for the devotees, for the sages in the area. Another encounter is very famous one that Maharaj Yudhishthir is on the exile and he's thirsty and he talks to his brothers that I'm thirsty, go get some water. And this pond is guarded by this yaksh, and this yaksh actually asked this question, and every brother of his, they are disregarding the instruction by yaksh that okay, you can't drink the water unless you answer my question, and they all disregard him and they become unconscious after drinking or touching that water. And then Yudhishthira Maharaj comes, and this is Yaksha Prashna in Mahabharata. It is shared that what is the most amazing thing in this world? And then Yudhishthira Maharaj asks or answers that most amazing thing in this world is that everyone is seeing around them people leaving the body, leaving, you know, uh, their suffering. But each one of us thinks that that is that's not going to happen to me. I'm going to be here for all the time. I'm going to be here for eternity. This will not happen to me. And that is the most amazing thing. But we see people living. I've seen my father depart, my grandfather depart, grandmother depart, and but I feel that I'm eternal, which actually is true in one sense that we are not the spirit, we are not the body, we are spirit, soul, and that eternal feeling of being eternal comes from our source, who is Krishna, who is Satchidananda, who is eternal, and we are also eternal. But considering this body to be eternal, that is the most amazing thing. That we see body is not eternal, but still we see so many changes coming into the body, but still we don't get that um, realization. Just for just for us to um, get that realization is requires a lot of introspection and practice of spirituality. Today happens to be Snan Purnima as well as the two important personalities' disappearance days. One is Srila Mukunda Datta, and another one is Sridhar Pandit. Sridhar Pandit is also known as Kolavecha Sridhar. And in Gaur Ganodesh Dipika, very beautifully described that Kolavecha Sridhar is one of the 12 Gopalas of in Krishna's Leela. And his name is Kusumasava. And we all know about Kolavecha Sridhar, that he is in Chaitanya Leela. He is the associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in Mahaprakash Leela, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually very wonderfully, describes his glories. There is nice shloka I wanted to recite with you all about Mahaprabhu's associates. That right here, that glorifies Mahaprabhu's associates. So please repeat after me. You should be able to see this. This is a song, one line um, from the song of our Narottam Das Thakur. This Gaurangera Sangi Gane Nitya Siddha Kari Mane Sei Jaya Brajendra Sutta Pasa. Shri Gauda Mandala Bhumi Jabe Jane Chintamani Tara Haya Braja Bhumi Vasa. So Narottam Thakur here says that One who accepts the associates of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Nitya Siddhas is certain to be elevated to the spiritual kingdom to become an associate of the Supreme Lord. One should also know that Gauda Mandala Bhumi, those places in Bengal where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed, are equal to Brajabhumi or Vrindavan. There is no difference between the inhabitants of Vrindavan and those of Gauda Mandala Bhumi or Sridham Mayapur. And there is another personality who is today, that is his disappearance, is Mukunda Datta. Sri Mukunda Datta was actually Nimai Pandit's classmate in the school, and he is also one of the um, in Krishna Lila, one of the friends of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of Krishna. In Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is a friend and studied, and he's a wonderful voice. Is a very, very famous pastime of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, depicting with Mukund Datta, that in his communication or some, some lecture or some class, he compared Bhakti Devi with all the other jnana, karma, and that offense was taken very seriously by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in the Mahaprabhu gave everyone mercy, but he ignored Mukunda Datta, and he said, "I don't want to see his face." And by Mukunda Datta came and asked that, "When will you really give me your mercy? Will you ever give me your mercy? Will I be able to ever see you?" So Mahaprabhu said, "Yes, after passing 1 million births." Lord Chaitanya said like that. And Mukundatta started dancing jubilantly and saying, "Wow, after 1 million, only after 1 million birth, only after 1 million birth." And Mahaprabhu's heart really melted by Mukundatta's this gesture or this behavior. So Mahaprabhu kind of gave him mercy right there and then. So he's a wonderful singer. Um, we in Gaura Arti, we also sing that Bhakti Vinod Thakur sings that, right? Then Mukund Basu Ghosh, that his name also comes in Mukunda's name. Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Ghosh. Yeah. Sanjaya Mukunda Basu Goshadigaya. So we are very um, fortunate to know these amazing, wonderful personalities, as so many of us, come to know that these personalities, we can individually pray to their mercy, pray for their mercy, especially on this significant days that that they are especially merciful, and and we're very much ready to reciprocate with anyone who would approach them. So take this opportunity to 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 be very available and approachable. Last thing I wanted to mention is about the Snan Purnima. Today is the Snan Purnima, the day that also known as Deva Snana Purnima. And today, according to the Gaudiya tradition, the Lord Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani takes a public bath. That is mentioned in it. This is mentioned in the Skanda Puran, and also this today is considered to be the appearance day of Lord Jagannath on the Snan Purnima also. And one very staunch devotee of Lord Ganesh was visiting Puri, and he didn't go and take darshan of Jagannath. He thought Ganesh is the supreme and he is the ultimate. So after the Snana Purnima, Lord Jagannath inspired his devotees to put him the Hathi Vesha, the elephant attire, so that the devotee of Ganesh took the darshan of Jagannath in the form of elephant. So Jagannath is so merciful that he doesn't want anyone to, to stay away from him. And he took the attire of elephant to please the devotee of Ganesha and just to show his compassion. So that is about it. Thank you so much for your attention and opportunity for me to speak on this. I have absolutely no qualification or realization to speak on this. I mean, I kind of feel saying these words also is redundant because when senior devotees like Yugal Kishore Prabhu and other devotees also speak, there's some meaning in these words that they don't have realization or qualifications. Somebody like me who is full of so many anarthas, when they speak those words, uh, I personally don't want to mean that, but I I don't mean this. Thank you again for the opportunity. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Please share any correction.
Great Krishna Prabhu ki jai.
Anyone have any correction online?
प्रभु जी की सेवा चल रहा है.
I'll come join you, Prabhu. That will make it faster.
Yes, we will. Please. You can finish the online. Your past time, your experience.
So devotees are suggesting here that they are doing this vegetable cutting seva, all of them here. And they are saying that another few minutes they would want me to share something. So maybe I can read the I was trying to search more about Gaur Ganodesh Deepika and Kavi Karnapur, like how fortunate this devotee Kavi Karnapur is, and his name is Paramananda. He's the son of Shivananda Sen. They have three children. Shivananda Sen, who had three children, and he's one of them. And Mahaprabhu asked him to chant Hare Krishna mantra, and he did not respond. So Mahaprabhu was saying, I think Swarup Damodar or Govinda was there next to him and said, see, I was in Jharakhanda forest, I could make this tigers and lions and deers and everyone chant. Why is this boy not chanting? So in his understanding the heart, he said, Mahaprabhu, you already initiated him with this mantra, and he doesn't want to say it in public, this initiation mantra. That's why he's not chanting in public or loudly. I was contemplating on this fact, like how amazing is this, that we all have our own personal Hare Krishna mantra. So when we chant on our beads, that is our own personal Hare Krishna mantra in one sense, with this example. And everyone has a different manifestation, like Krishna in the Rasa dance. dancing with the gopis individually with each gopi, and each gopi thinks that Krishna is only with me. He is not with anyone else. That is the that is the influence and the power of Krishna's Yoga Maya, that Krishna, even though the mantra names are same, mantra looks to be same, but our own personal Krishna. Gopijana Vallabh is same. He's standing there with Radharani, but each one of us have our own Gopijana Vallabh. That is my own Gopijana Vallabh, my own Krishna. We really have to pray. We really have to cultivate that relationship with that person, Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where we really want to serve him. That is the mood that we need to worship. So this mantra meditation is a very, very powerful process. And I want to share also this amazing website, this Gaudiya History, Gaudiya History dot this one is so amazing. So many wonderful information is there. Here there is a Gaur Ganadash Dipika, everything is in English. So we'll read something about Mukunda Datta if you all allow me. So Sri Mukunda Datta was Sri Nimai Pandit's classmate at Gangas Das's toll or school. Mukunda had a melodious voice and he knew the intricacies of musical meters and ragas. His sweet kirtan would please all the Vaishnavas at Navadvip. Tuning in to Lord Gaura's heart, he would sing songs matching Lord Gauranga's feelings. Lord Chaitanya took sannyas amidst Mukunda's kirtan. What an amazing personality, right? He's chanting, he's doing kirtan, and Mahaprabhu's sannyas ceremony is going on. He served Sri Chaitanya in Puri as one of the Lord's humblest followers. Once at the house of Shiva's Pandit, Lord Chaitanya blessed all the devotees except Mukunda. Mahaprabhu overlooked him because he had offended Bhakti Devi, who gives devotional service. Mukunda placed her on an equal level with karma, gnana, or even Mayavad philosophy whenever he talked to followers of those paths. Acting like a chameleon, Mukunda would glorify bhakti to bhaktas and then debate unless mundane topics with karmis, non devotees. And with Mayavadis, he discussed impersonalism. Mukund chose suicide as atonement for his serious offense to Bhakti Devi. He asked Lord Chaitanya if he would again receive his mercy in the future life. You will receive my mercy, said Lord Chaitanya, after passing 1 million births. Happy to know he would someday get Mahaprabhu's mercy. Mukund jumped up and down, shouting, only a 1 million births, only a 1 million births. Lord Chaitanya's heart melted upon seeing Mukunda's devotion and determination. The Lord blessed and accepted Mukunda. By your faith and conviction in my words of your offenses have been immediately destroyed. In Krishna Lila, he is Madhukanta, a person with a honey sweet throat, a sweet singer. His samadhi is located in the 64 samadhis area. This is Mukund Datta, very amazing, wonderful associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Kolavecha Sridhar's biography is Kolavecha Sridhar Katha Pandita Sridharo Vija असि व्रजे अस्य करो यो नामना कुसुमवः. Gaur Ganadesh Deepika 133. One of the 12 Gopals in Krishna Leela was named Kusumasava. Kusumasava. He appeared in Gaur Leela as Sridhar Pandit, who was given the nickname of Kola Becha Sridhar, bark seller. Sridhar Pandit was a resident of Navdvip. Navdvip is composed of 9 islands, of which the central island is known as Antardvip. He used to live at the northern extremity of Mayapur and to the southeast of the Chandkazi Samadhi, in the place that now goes by the name of Sridhar Angan. During his lifetime, it was a banana orchard, which nowadays is no longer in case, at least not to our mortal eyes. During this incarnation, Sridhar played the role of a poor Brahmin who made his living selling the produce of his banana garden. In order to keep the memory of Sridhar Pandit alive, the founder of the worldwide Chaitanya Gaudiya Maths, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada discovered and revealed the site of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime. Deity worship was established there and it continued until after Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disappearance. Now, because of problems with local people, the place is once again losing its beauty. Even so, during the Navadvip Parikrama, devotees still pay their obeisances at the spot to the memory of Sridhar Pandit. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written as follows in his Navadvip Dhama Mahatmya. Sridhar Pandit's home comes after the weaver's neighborhood. Gaurang Mahaprabhu ended the kirtan there. Nityanand Prabhu says the following to Jiva Goswami. Out of his mercy, Mahaprabhu Gauranga Hari would end the kirtan here so that the devotees could rest. It is therefore known as Vishramasthan or the Lord's place of rest. So let us also repose a while here at the house of Sridhar Pandit. According to this same book, there was previously a large tank near Sridhar's banana orchard, but this too is no longer visible. Sridhar's poverty. Material wealth and prosperity are not the truest sign of the Lord's mercy on someone. Those who worship the gods and goddesses are generally seen to prosper materially. But one who is rich in the wealth of devotion to the Lord is the one who has truly benefited from his mercy. Mahaprabhu gave this teaching to his associate to Sridhar Pandit, a devotee of Vishnu, is free from attachments to material possessions and enjoyments. One day, the Lord went to Sridhar's place and asked him why he was so poor. He was worshipping the husband of goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, and yet he never had enough money for food or clothing, and his house was dilapidated. Dilapidated. On the other hand, those who worship the bloodthirsty Kali always seem to have an abundance of material wealth. Sridhar answered that a bird who made its nest in the trees and wandered from place to place to find food was passing the time of the day in the same way as a king in his place who enjoyed the best objects of gratification. There was no difference of degree of amount of pleasure experienced by the two. The Lord then said to Sridhar, externally, though you appear to be poor, you are actually the true rich man. I will shortly reveal to the entire foolish world that the devotee is qualified to possess the greatest wealth. Indeed, they are the owners of all things. Generally, we call that person poor or unfortunate who is deprived of wealth, possessions, and a home. One who has these things is called rich or fortunate. People try to accumulate wealth in order to find happiness and not the opposite. This happiness is the real wealth, not the external possessions. Sri Krishna is the personification of happiness. Thus, in actual fact, the difference between wealth and poverty. The one who has love for Krishna is rich. One who does not is poor. By way of example, during Krishna's Leela, Vidur played the part of poor man, but one who was rich in love for Krishna. On the other hand, Duryodhan possessed unlimited riches but had no love for Krishna and thus was truly poor. The Supreme Lord used Kolabicha Sridhar to show the world who was truly wealthy and fortunate. The Lord is conquered by loving devotion alone and by nothing else. Bhak- Bhaktakyam ekaya grahaya श्रद्धा श्रद्धायत्म प्रिय सतम भक्ति पुनति मननिष्ठा स्वपकन स्वपकन अपि संभवत. Being very dear to the saintly, I am only attained through devotion and unflinching faith. Devotion fixed on me purifies even a dog eater from all faults due to low birth and circumstances such as poverty. Srimad Bhagavatam 11:14-21. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upahatam ashnami priyatatmana. I accept water, whatever anyone offers with devotion, whether it be a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, because of his pure consciousness. Bhagavad Gita 2.16, 6.29. The Lord accepts whatever is given to him with devotion and eats it, but does not accept that which is given by a non devotee. He would not accept the invitation to eat the finest, most expensive food with Duryodhan in order to take a humble meal prepared for him by Vidur and his wife. The Lord steals Sridhar's goods. I'm just reading, bro. If you, the Supreme Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed the amazing pastime of hungrily taking Sridhar's foodstuff without even being invited to do so. While the Lord was engaged in his student pastimes, Sridhar used to make his living by selling banana flowers, moksha, and the core of the banana plant, Korea. He would spend half of whatever little money he made in this way on worshipping the Ganges, the other half of his own necessities. Like Yudhishthir, he was a great devotee of the truth and would always tell the real price of an item he would he would sell. Everyone in Navdip knew this and so would not haggle him with. But Mahaprabhu would come to Sridhar and give him only half the amount that he was asking for his banana flowers or, or thoria, and then start to walk away with them. Every day, the two of them would pull back and forth on a bunch of bananas or something else, arguing for an hour or more over the price that was to be paid. Every day, they would argue for an hour and a half. Then Mahaprabhu would leave half the asked price and walk away with the goods. Sridhar would always tell the truth and give the real price of each item, but the Lord would still not give him half of the amount he asked for and then take it. Sridhar would jump up and grab the item, trying to take it back, even pushing and shoving the Lord. Even though he argued with Sridhar, when he saw that he did not become angry, he would take all the goods and that he was selling, even though this is the way that it looks from a superficial point of view. The fact of the matter is that when Sridhar saw the beautiful form of Lord, he allowed him to get away with stealing the goods without getting angry. At the sight of the Lord's beauty, he would become enchanted and immersed in an ocean of joy. While arguing with Mahaprabhu, would call him names in great satisfaction, sometimes subtly hinting at his own divine identity. Every day you buy things to offer to Ganga. Why don't you just give something to me without charging anything? Don't you know that I am the father of the Ganga and you worship? I am telling you the truth about this. They finally came to settlement, and Sridhar agreed to daily give Mahaprabhu some bananas or other items from the banana tree for free. From then on, the Lord would daily eat with great satisfaction from the little bowls made of banana bark and had been given to him by Sridhar. The Lord said, all right, there is no necessity for anything else. And from that day on, he ate with great contentment on banana leaves given him by Sridhar. The Lord thus eats anything that the offers, devotee offers him, but he rejects even rich items given by a non-devotee. Sridhar blessed at the Mahaprakash Leela. On that eventful night, when the Lord sat on the altar in Srivasa's home and revealed his divine form to his devotees for 21 hours, showing them all the different incarnations of Vishnu, one after the other, he told them to, to bring Sridhar and Sridhar there also. Sridhar would regularly stay up the whole night, chanting the holy names and calling out to the Lord. This was a source of happiness to the devotees. But the non-devotees would complain that he was keeping them awake with his noise. They would regularly criticize and rebuke him. As the devotees were going to his house on the Lord's order, they could hear him chanting loudly from a considerable distance prior to arriving. When he came to Srivas Angan, Sridhar beheld the glorious divine form of the Lord and fell to the ground in a faint. He was bought He was brought back to consciousness by the Lord's voice, and then with the power that was given him through the Lord's mercy, began to recite hymns of glorification. Satisfied with Sridhar's hymns of praise, Mahaprabhu wished to give him the eight mystic powers as a benediction. But Sridhar refused, saying that he only wanted service to Lord's lotus feet. Lord Vishwambar repeatedly urged Sridhar to ask for a boon. Finally, Sridhar said, Lord, if you must give me something, then I ask for this. May that Brahmin who used to pinch my banana leaves and bark be my Lord, lifetime after lifetime. May that Brahmin who used to argue with me be my master, and I serve his lotus feet. Who can recognize all these servants of the Lord who want neither wealth nor followers nor even scholarship? Of what use are learning, wealth, beauty, fame, or high birth? All of these things simply increase one's pride and are ultimately valueless. A millionaire may try for millions of years to achieve what Sridhar did simply by selling bananas and banana products and still not be able to do so. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Goswami Thakur comments on these verses as follows. Through empirical knowledge or external analysis, no one can recognize the true character of a devotee. It should not be thought that the ability to collect great amounts of money is a function of devotion, nor that someone who is able to accumulate a great number of followers is a better Vaishnav than someone who cannot. Furthermore, if someone is a great religious scholar, this does not mean that he is a devotee of the Lord. A servant of Sri Chaitanya might have very little money, may show no signs of having a great number of followers, and may have no talent for argument or debate. And ordinary people are unable to understand why he is indifferent to these externals. These devotees consider service to Sri Chaitanya to be something more valuable than the accumulation of wealth, followers, or learning. Thus, there is no possibility of the depth or of the depth of the wisdom, their glories, and their superiority being perceived by the general public. Who is capable of recognizing a devotee? Who is capable of recognizing a devotee? He may possess all perfections, but we see only his poverty. The seller of banana products, Sridhar Pandit, is a living example of this. He, dis- he disregarded the eight mystic perfections in order to simply accept devotion as a benediction. However, such misery you see in a devotee's life. You should know that in fact he is enjoying divine pleasure in devotional service. Those who are absorbed in sense gratification and intoxicated by learning or wealth can never recognize a Vaishnav. Mahaprabhu drinks from Sridhar's water pot. When Mahaprabhu was leading the Sankirtan party after having delivered Chand Kazi, he returned through the quarter of the conch shell merchants and that of the weavers to arrive finally at Sridhar Pandit's house. He then took a long drink of water from Sridhar's old beaten iron pot. When Sridhar saw Mahaprabhu do this, he was mortified and fell unconscious. Mahaprabhu's action was meant to teach us that by drinking a devotee's water, we can attain devotion. He wanted to show that the water from the devotee's water jug, even though it is old or rusty, it's still like nectar, is still like nectar to the Supreme Lord Himself. By way of contrast, he ignores the proud non devotee's water even when offered in a jeweled goblet. When the Lord saw Sridhar's tumbled, tumbled down shack of a home from a distance, he laughed quietly from the inner joy he felt. He led the company of devotees along with the path to Sridhar's hut, where he spotted an iron water pot full of holes. There was still a little water in it, and the Lord drank it thirstily. The Lord is Bhaktavatsal, even affectionate towards his devotees, and his act his act overwhelmed him with feelings of love, feeling of love, feelings of love. Tears poured from his eyes like the currents of the Ganga, and a wonderful kirtan began in Sridhar's courtyard, in which all the devotees led by Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhus, were crying. Ah, when I think of the great joy they all experienced on the day here at Sridhar's house, my heart is torn. But the Lord drank water from Sridhar's iron water pot, and he fulfilled the desire of every single devotee. On the very day before he took sannyas, Mahaprabhu happily accepted a gift of a gourd from Sridhar. Sachimata cooked the gourd with milk, making one of the Lord's favorite preparation. The pious Sridhar came to see the Lord carrying a gourd low. When Gausundar saw the gift, he laughed and asked, "Where did you get it?" But he knew that he would be leaving the next day and would not be able to eat it then. But he did not want to see the gift go unused. And so he determined to have it prepared the very day. After taking sannyas, Mahaprabhu wandered in the land of Rahara for 3 days in an intoxicated state of love for Krishna, until Nityananda tricked him to coming to Shantipur, to Advaita Acharya's house. When the Lord met Sachimata and the other Navadvip devotees, he also met with Sridhar. Sridhar came every year to Puri to meet with the Lord at the time of the Rath Yatra. These are the excerpts from Sri Chaitanya, his life, and associates by Sri Bhakti Vallabh Tirtha Maharaj ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Kula Vicha Sridhar ki Jai. मुकुंद दत्त की जय. स्नान पूर्णिमा महामहोत्सव की जय. गौर ब्रह्मानंदे.
हरि हरि बोल. His Grace Krishna Kumar Prabhu ji ki बड़ी वाली जय.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you for tolerating.